Welcome to the GovCon Daily. I'm Melinda Cologne, and I help established service companies add government contracts as an additional predictable revenue stream so that they can grow a more stable and valuable company. And today is actually day one of this new campaign and or this new program. And what I want to share with you are actual practical things that you can start doing right now to see real results in your GovCon journey. So today, actually, we're going to talk about specifically the topic for today is around how to prepare. A lot of people just run straight into government contracting without any roadmap, without any guideline. They get so excited. I mean, I get it. I get excited about things too, and I just want to get started. I want to get started. I want to go fast. I like speed, right? Like, I don't want to just have to read a whole bunch of stuff and I'm not sure if it's going to apply or not. It's one of the reasons why in our company, we focus so much on a customized experience for our customers because every single one of you, every single one of you has a different business, a different experience in business, and specific goals and visions and dreams. And so we want to make sure that everything is customized, but more importantly, you have the right steps. We're applying the system that has proven to work for clients that have achieved over $5.7 billion in wins. And this system is really simple when you learn it. So I want to break that down for you in a little series that we call the GovCon Daily. So hopefully this is going to serve you. Now, if you have any specific questions, you're like, oh my gosh, I have this question I want to get the answer for. There is a link in the description right now that you can click and you can go to melindacologne.com/YouTube QA, and you could actually submit your question. When you submit your question, then it's going to be something that I actually answer real time in live. Like, this is real. This is not AI. This is me. So I'm really excited about that to help you further your journey in GovCon. So, all right, let's dive right into it. You know, by the end of this live today, we're going to talk about 20, 30 minutes. By the end of this live today, you're going to have you're going to know exactly what it means to be prepared for government contracting and why without this foundation, nothing else works. In fact, the industry stat for businesses that are merging into government contracting is about 18 months until you win. That's crazy. I don't know. I can't think of anything where I will stick with it for 18 months until I see results. I want to start to see those wins sooner than later, right? Like, even if it's small, that I know that going in the right direction. So our clients have an industry average, or our average in our company is particularly, it's like about 90 days. Okay. It's not for everyone, but for a lot of our clients, they start to see results in 90 days. Why? Because I'm going to talk to you about this one step is key. It is so important because once you unlock this thing, man, I mean, it just starts to snowball. And if you've ever thought about the analogy of a snowball, right? You've seen like a ball of snow at the top of a mountain, and as it goes down, there is nothing else pushing it other than itself. It's growing on its own. There's nobody pushing it. After that one effort, it is just growing and it's gaining speed all on its own. And that's the snowball effect that I want to make sure that I pass on to you because you already have 90% of what the government wants. Like, you want to sell your services to a school or to a hospital or to an airport or to a courthouse, correctional facilities. Um, they are already looking for exactly who you are right now. And I'm going to share with you one of those tips so that you can actually start getting those results. Now, if you're already in the game of GovCon, congrats, but this is going to help you exponentially. We have several of our clients that apply this and they're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I even think of this? And I'm like, It's magic. It really becomes this snowball effect that doesn't require much effort because you've already done the hard work. You've already built the successful company. You're achieved over 5 million in revenue. This is one of the reasons why you can say you have success, but it still feels hard, right? Like growth still feels difficult. You're like, I made it. I'm in the top 1%. But why is it still so difficult? And I'm going to share with you why. I'm going to share with you why, because you're not starting from scratch. In fact, you don't want to start from scratch. You don't want to think, okay, I need to kind of reimagine my entire business. No, you've already built momentum. We're just making sure that there's something down the mountain so that you could pick up, grow, speed, and build along the way without putting so much effort. Because, like, let's just be real, you're busy doing everything else. You're the go to, you're the problem solver, you're the person that everybody in your company and your team calls to when there's a fire. And for good reason, you're the boss. However, there are some things that don't require your level of executive decision. And you could delegate those things, but you can't because the people that are in the roles that you have managing and leading those specific activities, they're not, they don't know what you know. They don't have the level of experience that you have and the level of experience that you would like them to have. And you think, well, they just need to grind, right? They just need to push more, and they need to go out there and get experience and they need to trip and fall. But it's scary when you're doing that. And like you have that idea, like, oh, I'm going to push them into it. And also, I want to make sure that I'm making money, right? Because at this level, mistakes are expensive. Mistakes are expensive. So you want to hire someone with tons of experience, but you can't afford it. You want to hire someone with like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of experience, someone who has done that thing so well, that has proven experience. You've looked at their resume, you kind of scroll through it on LinkedIn or Indeed, and you know that that's what you want. You want that. You're like, I can't justify it now. There needs to be money. So you think like I need to put more and more and more and more and more work, more energy, more effort into my business so that I can get to this place so that I can hire the person. My friend, if I could tell you, you're already spent. You're exhausted, you're tired, you're frustrated, and you are celebrating your team because you want to be a good team leader, but you're just missing out on being a visionary because you don't have time to think about visionary stuff. Like, where is your business going to be in 5, 10 years? Is it actually going in the direction that you want? Or is it kind of like becoming the status quo symbol in the industry where it's blending into what everybody else does? You ever had that feeling where you look around and you're like, everybody does this, right? You're like, oh, I had this innovative idea. And then you go to a conference or an event and you're like, everybody does this. It's like, man, well, I guess this is what it is. Well, don't give up. Don't give up. I truly believe that the God given vision that was given to you specifically as a business owner was given to you specifically because you can fulfill it. You could be a big part of that fulfillment. And so don't give up. Don't let yourself like lean into this is comfortable. I'm tired. I want to let go. I'm done. Don't give up because you're so much closer than you think you are. So much closer. So let's go into the step. You're like, let's get into the step, Melinda. Let's go into the step and let's talk about what we're talking about. So, first and foremost, I need to explain to you the 5 steps of the GovCon sales strategy. I should have had a graphic visual up for you so you could see it. Next, I'll have that for tomorrow. So the 5 steps of the GovCon sales strategy. So it starts out with, you could write this down, starts with prepare. All right. Second step is target. Third step is strategize. Fourth step is submit. And then the 5th step is track. Every single one of these steps is essential and it must be done in this sequential order. Have you ever tried doing something in the wrong order? Okay. Have you ever tried doing something in the wrong order? Like maybe drying your clothes before you wash them. Ugh, Melinda, I would never do that. Right. Why would you not do that? because it would not produce the outcome you desire. Or how about this? Would you like you put your blazer on before you put your shirt? That's silly, Melinda. I would never do that. Why? Because it's the wrong order. So we want to follow the order. One more time, it is the 5 steps to the GovCon sales strategy is prepare, target, strategize, submit, and track. All right, so let's talk about, we're just going to have time to talk about prepare for a bit. And then tomorrow we'll just pick up in target. Okay, good. So prepare. What is prepare about? Prepare is about thinking about the end in mind. It is tapping into the vision. You know, when people come to me and they say, Melinda, I really want to win a government contract. How can I win a government contract in like 90 days? And I'm like, okay, I need to see your business first. I need to know what you've been doing in your business. And B, I can't predict. Like, I mean, we're really good at getting great results. You know, we have a win rate of 74%. But at the end of the day, I don't make the decisions. There's someone else making those decisions. However, we have understood that buyer so good. Like we understand public sector buyers so good. How good? So good that it unlocks results for companies that have never stepped foot in government contracting ever before, who have never bid on anything before, who have like honestly, because we have an understanding of the buyer. But it starts with you. You see, it's kind of like when you're building relationships in your business now. You look for your referrals, your partnerships, look for clients. You go to places where you could find your ideal client, whether it's online, in person, wherever. And the other part of that is you want to make sure you're going to enjoy delivering to that buyer. Can I mean, you understand. Like this is not your first rodeo. You're not a spring chicken in business. You get how important it is to work with a client or a customer that is aligned to your culture, your vision, your mission, etc. So important, right? I mean, it could burn your team out. It could burn you out. It could cut your margins. I mean, it could be a mess and really quite exhausting. So we don't want any of that. We're not going to bring any of that juju near your business, which is why we don't jump in before we understand that there's water. If you're like, I see a pool, it's like 50 yards in front of me, and you close your eyes all the way to it, and you jump, like that's scary because there may or may not be any water in that pool, and there is a 50% chance that there will be something there for you to land on. We're just going to make sure that we're landing in the right place so that we can enjoy the experience and not hurt ourselves. Okay, so this is not about, oh, well, where's the contracts for my business? And let me just go look, I can do that and I can do this and I can do this. This is very dangerous territory. If you're looking to increase the value of your business, you do not want to change the formula of your business. You want to stay focused on your business. So this is why prepare is essential, especially if you're looking at your business as an asset. If you're looking at your business as an asset, you're always going to need to keep in consideration that this could potentially move me towards my direction or move me away from my direction. So this is why vision is essential as step 1. Prepare with the end in mind. Now, as practical, like besides thinking about what your business is going to look like in 5, 10, 15, 100 years from now, what type of legacy you're going to leave behind, what do you want to do with the business? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to like just create it as a part of your holding company, right? Whatever you want to do. Consider this. What proof do I have that could validate this result? What proof do I have that could validate this result? Very simple question, very, very complex answer. Okay, so where can we start? We can actually start with just doing an audit. You know, if you acquired your business, say, for example, you bought your business, then the first thing is, okay, so what's the past work that that service company did? What is the work? What have they done in the past? Who have they served? What is the result that clients keep coming back for? What's the result that clients stop coming back for? Right? This is just a quick QuickBooks. This is like a QuickBooks snapshot of your business. It really does change everything. I promise you that, because when you see the value that's been lying under the rug the whole time that you've been stepping over, you're going to be able to like just peel it over. The effort required to move, it, it it's going to be like nothing else that you've ever experienced in your life, because the company has already done the hard work so far, right? And if you're a founder, you've already done the hard work. You built something. It's success. But now we're like thinking scale, we're thinking predictability, we're thinking consistency, we're thinking, um, hiring those right fit people for your team so that they can train your team. They can bring that value to your company. You can go after more strategic efforts, opportunities, right? That's a golden nugget. If you want to write that down, if there are opportunities that even private sector or public, it doesn't really matter. If there are opportunities that your company wants to pursue, consider a strategic hire. Meaning, okay, well, I need this level of experience, but our company doesn't have it. Nobody on our team has it yet. So what do? Let's go find someone that has that experience that can check that box so we can hire them. It's an accelerant. This is a fast, this is one small strategic accelerant in any arena. All right, so let's get back to prepare and doing that QuickBooks audit. When you do a QuickBooks audit, you're looking for a pattern. You're looking for the services that you offered. You're looking for the clients that you sold to. What is the problem that they said they had? And what is the solution that they bought? You're looking at your SOPs, like what are your processes, your systems, what's already built in your business? What's the SOP or a process that you've wanted to invest more time, resources into, and it just hasn't happened, right? You're like, man, this could be way better. We could go faster, more efficient. And if I could, right? You know what I'm okay. So you already have that in mind. Typically, that's where you start. Typically, that is where you start. You start with what you're really good at and what you've had results delivering on. And if it required a lot of your time, specifically as the owner of the company, your time, well, then we just need to solve for X, right? Because it's not your time that we're taking from it. We're just delivering this service. Does that make sense? So if you're, say, for example, let's say you're a marketing company, you're a marketing agency, and you provide marketing, branding. The biggest seller for your business is paid ads. You do a ton of paid ads, right? You've got recurring clients that stay with you for 2, 4, 6, 10 years. You've got that proof done. Now you're thinking, man, I'm really involved in the ads. I don't, the setup of the strategy and then the calls, and I don't want to be involved in it. Cool. Great. See, if that's the plan and you're thinking, okay, how can I plan for 5, 10, 15 years from now what my business is going to look like with this thing is the producer, is the highest revenue producer in my entire organization. You're gonna put the gas on that sucker, right? Like that would be smart. And what's the highest income producer in your business? Put the gas on it. Go all in, right? And then you think, how can I take myself out of it? You don't want to be a part of the production as much, but how do you get yourself out of it? It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to be a part of your vision. This is already a part of your vision. You don't want to be the person you don't want to be the bottleneck. You don't want to say like, oh, we can only take on X amount of clients, because then that's going to cause you to slow down the growth of your business. Thus, the vision is going to seem further away from you. So, how can we do that? Well, this is why, oh my gosh, this is why a public agency is so powerful. You see, you want to find opportunities that are going to be the right fit for your business. You don't want to go after things that are too big. When people go after contracts that are a million, like 2 million, 10 million, 100 million, a billion, one of our clients won a $1 billion contract. We want to make sure that they're aligned to your resources and your vision. Because, okay, for example, your business, your company wins a $100 million contract. You're like, yes, I won $100 million contract. We celebrate. It's amazing. Awesome. Woohoo. Right? But then we got to deliver the work. And we're not just delivering the work for today. We're delivering the work as a partner, a strategic partner for the long term. We're looking to build a relationship with that buyer for as long as possible. So that excellence, that level of excellence got to be there. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, for example, you're running a marketing agency and you're a part of the equation to deliver the services and to perform the work, and you're thinking, I don't want to do this forever, then don't. Then look for opportunities that are right fit for your company right now, but will also open up your ability to level up, to like delegate that role to someone else for the next contract. And you do it faster because the scope of work doesn't change. Oftentimes, the scope of work doesn't change. The scope of work doesn't change, but the agencies do. There's 99,000 agencies. I want to say there's more than 99,000 agencies just in the United States. If you're a marketing agency, you could serve anywhere to anyone in any country. Okay. Whole topic for another day. But at the end of the day, if you're thinking like, I want to grow my business, I wouldn't hurry up and wait until we get to that point. I would contract my way into that level. I would say, okay, here is where we are, here's where we want to be. One of our clients, she was running a 6-figure business. She was a consultant she is a consultant running a 6-figure business. And she went ahead and she launched right into $1 million contract with a plan. So she unlocked that $1 million contract with a plan. And her plan was, I'm going to hire someone so that they could be me. And that was the plan. You see, the system, the process, all the equations, everything was already done. It was, instead of focusing on 2 problems at the same time, which is like team and revenue, now she has to focus just on team. And the more that she focuses on team, the better her revenue gets. So instead of solving for both X and Y, just solve for X. On the private sector, you don't have that. You don't have that ability. Private sector, you have to deliver the work. And typically the schedule is just hurry up and wait until you got the awarded contract, right? And then once you have the awarded contract for the private sector, usually don't have enough time to hire someone, to bring them on, to do all these things, right? It doesn't work that way. But if you hire someone, you bring them on to strategically help you win this contract. You win the contract, you already have them in place. Now you're more off the workload, the activities as you would like to be. And now you can go and take that same submittal and just take the elements that unlock that contract for your business and then apply it to another agency and another agency, another agency, etc. And these are premium clients. So these are not, you don't have to worry about their budget. Their budget is already it's already locked in. Like we're in 2026 now. It was already locked in 2025. Some of the budgets were locked in 2023, 2024, depending on what agency you're speaking to. So this is all something that needs, you need to consider is that they already have a budget. They don't need to go back and say, I don't know, we're gonna have to talk to our higher ups and see if, um, we can afford this. No, it's a yes or no, right? It's a yes or no. So it's really good. Now I'm talking to people that already sell to commercial or corporate firms, and they understand that is very similar to government contracting where there is a wait, there is a timeline, there is time in between you actually performing the work. But once you've started performing the work, I mean, now your systems get optimized because what is required is structure. Like, agencies require that structure. Okay, I'm getting off, but the first step is to do an audit. The first step is to do an audit. And why is it so important to do an audit? The reason why it's important to do an audit is because it actually reveals to you the majority of the value that you already have in your business. So you've been in business for a while, you have team, you have experience delivering services, you have proven work. You more likely already have testimonials and results, like to prove that you've done this thing. If you can show that you delivered or performed the work on time, within budget, and just and ideally with the same team that you're proposing to them, done. Like, this check, check, check. It's like, oh my gosh, I get the exact team. Yeah, you get the exact team. Now, if you don't have those same team members, that's fine. You want to show comparable experience. The higher in the org chart, the more experience they should have in delivering those services. The lower they should be more communicative, the more communicative to that higher person. So the audit is the most important thing. I went on a total tangent for a second because I get really excited about this stuff. Okay, now what is that going to do? Once you have that audit, you're like, Melinda, what does that? What does that do? Okay, this is what's going to happen. Once you have your audit, once you know your services, not the ones that you want to deliver on, but ones that you have proof to deliver on, then you look for opportunities based off your experience. But Melinda, I don't want to sell those services. I get it. I get it. That's not the long term. That's just the starting of a relationship because it's faster to get in. I want to help you get those quick wins. If you want to deliver those quick wins, if that's, say, for example, your company, that's all they do, right? If you're a GC, general contractor, and all you do is GC work, amazing. Okay, let's go down. Let's go further down. Let's just not say we're a general contractor. General contractor for what? What market are you in? Commercial? Do you do private schools? Do you do charter schools? Do you do GC work for, I don't know, fencing or civil work or transportation? Like, go deeper, go another level deeper, and say, what exactly did you deliver? And for whom? This is why it's so important to do the audit, because we're not looking for apples and oranges. We're looking for apples to apples. We're looking for oranges to oranges. And that exists in the public sector, because what happens is the majority of time in the private sector, it creates demand in the public sector. In the private sector, it creates a demand in the public sector. So if we see something that's like really hot and just like, I mean, everybody is getting to it, more than likely there will be a high demand in the public sector. That's just how it is. Demand just kind of floats into the public sector, which is amazing, because if your business has never gone into public sector and you've only focused on private sector, now you become the authority, because now you're bringing all that expertise from ahead to bring it to behind and say, hey, this is what we've already experienced 18 months ago. Like, recently, a lot of procurement people that I'm connected with on LinkedIn and on Facebook and on Instagram, they're posting about different events that they've always had, but they're using more AI. They're like using AI to create their graphics and everything like that. The challenge is they don't have a formula to create a marketing campaign. So what I'm seeing is like sporadic posts, right? And I'm like, man, this could be reaching so many more people if they had a marketing campaign. They could be reaching their perfect people if they had a marketing campaign. And this is something that if you are a marketer and you consult people on the private sector to help them build marketing campaigns, you could go into the public sector and teach them how to build marketing campaigns. And you could create that. You could train them on that. You could have that as a deliverable. There are more than just the competitive bids or those that are on the procurement side. There are contracts everywhere. It's just you just have to know how to get to them. But the first thing is like when you go to somebody, say for example, you hire someone to replace your roof, are you going to go to a handyman or are you going to go to a roofer? You're going to go to someone who has experience and is specialized. Why? Because it's your roof, right? So these are things that your buyer, your public sector buyer is thinking, how do I lower risk? If you come with your expertise into the public sector and you showcase and you say, I've done this thing, I've helped this person, now I want to help you, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, where do I sign up? How do I what do we do? You know? So these are things that I would highly recommend that you do start with that audit. That audit is going to unlock so many contract opportunities, but it's going to make it easier for you to respond to them because now you just that audit alone, you know what it solved? It solved your pricing problem because you might be thinking, well, how do I price this? How did you price it before? What's your comfort level with margin? Do you want to go higher, lower? Like you get to decide that because you have experience delivering on it. This also solves a problem with your systems. Well, when we were delivering this, I really think that we had a kink in this. So write out your system. What do I need to improve in my system? Guess what? Your system is what sells. Your system is what sells, not your services. Your services don't sell. Your system for delivering the services are what's selling. That's what you're going to perfect. Now your business is more powerful, more valuable, and it's more attractive because you have a system that's written, it's proven, you have experience delivering with the system, and now you're serving public sector buyers with this. This is so, I'm getting excited. Okay. Then, so the other thing that happens with just this audit, I mean, we haven't even, like, do you see the amount of value that you like that increased in your business by just doing an audit? Okay. So now your team has more clarity because now you're running off one system. You don't have different processes and you have one process. We deliver this, right? We deliver this. John does this in does part A, Mary does part B, so on and so forth. Everybody knows what everybody does. And now you have speed. So now any contract, both private and public, come through your business with speed. So now you're known for speed. Now, do you see like it just starts compounding? And all we did is an audit. Do you see the snowball effect? All we did was the audit and it unlocked all of these opportunities for your business. Now, the other thing the audit unlocked, and then we'll lock it up here. The other thing that the audit unlocked is your path to getting out of everything else. Like your path for getting out of being the bottleneck. Because now you can see, you start looking at budgets and opportunities, and I'll teach you how to do that. We'll do that, talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow is targets. But now you start to see the opportunities and you're like, okay, all right. So based off my research, X amount of agencies on the public sector buy my services. These are the ones that I want to work with. Now I know how to diversify my revenue based off the demand in the public sector. People are like, I just want to win one contract. No, you don't want to win one contract. I guarantee you don't. You want to build repeatable, predictable, sustainable revenue. That's what you really want. If you're a legacy owner, a legacy builder, if you're a visionary, that's what you want. You want something that's going to be running all on its own. Okay. You want to do a God move in your business where you're not required to move every piece for it to work. When you take a day off, your business still makes money. Okay. So if that's you, that's what you want to do. And all you have to do is start with the audit. The audit will unlock so much clarity because you've been in the day to day. We need to get you back into visionary mode and look at it and say, okay, now I have the data, the proof to put me in the right direction so that I can go towards what I actually want to achieve for my business. These are strategies that 9-figure, 10-figure, I mean, multi-billion dollar organizations employ into their business to grow. I know this because I've been on that side and I've seen it and I've learned it. And so my experience is not just from small business, my experience is from enterprise size organizations and applying it to small business. And I'm sharing it with you because I know that you could do this. I know you could do this. And if you're thinking it's going to take too much time, imagine the compound that's going to happen if you just push the small snowball over the edge. The rest of the way, it's hands off. So sharing that with you. If this was helpful, go ahead and give me a like, share it. I want to make sure that I'm helping as many people as possible through this journey. We got to go fast, baby, because we're in the middle of the greatest American wealth transfer in history. There will never be a time like this ever in your lifetime, and probably ever again. And this is so essential that you get this. Whether you are building your business, acquiring businesses, it doesn't really matter what you're trying to do. But if you're looking at service businesses, like I want to get a trades company, I want to get a plumbing company or construction company, or I want to get into marketing or advertising, like these essential principle based businesses are never going to go away because they're just essential to how we live here in America and just in general. So if you're looking at buying businesses or growing your business, like if you're not doing government contracts, you're leaving potentially billions of dollars on the table. And I can say that because I've seen it. There's so much opportunity that you're leaving on the table. You're making your life harder because you don't have stability in the way that you need it. And there's so much coming up against your business right now. What AI tool to use, what software to use, how to hire people, right? My prediction is there's going to be a hiring frenzy next year because people have this experience that you don't have that are looking to serve your company. And you just got to put the pieces together. This is going to be this is the biggest season of growth and opportunity for your business. And if you are not in the early stages of this, my prediction is that you may be left behind because there is so much opportunity. And if you're not looking at it, you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, you're missing it. This is not any other day. This is not any other day. This is when, we're just about to harvest. And if you don't have a basket in hand, all you got are these little guys, you're not going to be able to carry more than what you need for the moment. And there's so many people that you could be impacting. Communities that you could be impacting. If you just did this, this is like, I don't know. I don't even know how to say this. Do whatever you need to do to stabilize and systematize your business because you already know that that's necessary to grow your business. There's nothing more systematized and stable than a buyer that buys every single year, every single month from companies like yours. There's no other buyer. No matter if there is a pandemic, or a recession, they're still buying. They're still buying. There's a shutdown, they're still buying. So I implore you. But if you have any questions at all, specifically about the GovCon sales strategy or anything that I covered today, or a question that you have about your own journey, go to melindacologne.com/YouTube QA to add your question to our queue. And then that way it'll be the next one that I answer. And then also comment down below, like, let me know, where are you in your GovCon journey? I'm curious. Like, let me know. And then this is actually a great way to network too. Like, put your NAICS code in the chat because you never know. Someone might be needing your services. Excuse me. And then also put your website. This is a great opportunity. I mean, why not? Like, we're building community here. It's in the chat, people see it, and then you get to build a relationship with people that makes sense to build a relationship with. And then if you don't have any past performance, go to melinda.com, melindacolon.com/YouTube QA, and submit a question and tell me that you don't have any past performance because I want to answer that as well. Everybody does. Just here's the thing. What I believe is that we were all created with past performance. We just hadn't lived it yet. So, if you're in like, you went to college, you had a job, you're in your business, and you're like, oh, my business is really young. That, like, there's past performance there. Oh, I've never worked, my team is really new. I don't want to hear that. You have past performance. Your team has past performance. You just haven't leveraged it in your business yet, which is a huge unlock. Like, oh my gosh. I spoke to this gentleman, and he was in his business for 4 years. He wanted to work with me, and he was like, just wait on me. For a few more years and I'll come back. And I'm like, wait a minute. I went to his LinkedIn and I'm like, you have 20 years of experience. What are you talking about? Oh, well, my company is only 4 years old. And I said to him, I'm like, that doesn't matter. You realize that. Like, the experience that you bring, the experience that your team brings is what matters. Like, the company doesn't just go out and do the work by itself without people, right? Pre-AI. So a lot of it is people. So you're going to have to add that into the people equation. That's your experience. So don't undermine it. Don't underestimate it. It's there. It's under the rug. Just got to lift it up and do a quick audit on that. All right. So tomorrow we're going to talk about step 2, target. Hopefully this served you. And I'm excited about this because I've got a lot of value to share with you so they can go really fast. I want you to get all the results that you desire and deserve in your world and in your life so that we could build the future of our lives, of our worlds, for our people, for our communities, and for our families. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.